Yo, it's your boy Elijah Banks. My new single just dropped. It's called Gushy. You can stream it everywhere right now. Is that good?
Shout out back to the bus.
Back in the bus.
Our next guest's music can be described as eclectic, distinct, unlike anything anybody here in Columbus is offering. This guest is someone who doesn't make music with the charts in mind, but rather taking his experiences and relaying his perspective through various hip-hop, R&B, and pop soundscapes. Instead of going in one ear and out the other, as many artists will these days, this guest wants to take you on a musical journey, which is exactly why we had to have a sit down with none other than Elijah Banks.
Never say you love me anymore, oh darling. Never say you love me anymore. Don't bullshit, hustler, baby. I just wanna love you. I just want you to know, love. It ain't where I've been. I just wanna love you. Where I'm about to go.
So my name's Elijah Banks. I'm a recording artist based out of Columbus, Ohio. Kind of do a little hip hop, R&B. As far as finding out who these guys were, I just like started following them on Instagram for real. And I like the concept of like back of the bus because when I was in high school and shit, I just remember telling a bunch of jokes in the back of the bus. So,
Word.
Yep.
That's what we do basically.
Yep.
We definitely appreciate you doing this with us. Who wants to get started on the questions?
Shoot, man, I'll start, man. What's your biggest music influence? What got you started? What age got you? I'll start there. What age, my bad, got you started, like, rapping, harmonizing, like?
I was 15, Stevie
15.
Wonder.
Okay.
Stevie, I had I used to live in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
Because my dad was in radio, and he brought home, like, they get these free CDs and shit, and he brought home a Stevie Wonder Greatest Hits. And I just, like, people thought I was listening to Lil Boosie, but, bro, I was listening to fucking Stevie Wonder. And so, like, if you really listen close, like, just the way that I approach things is very Stevie sometimes. So,
That's crazy, yo.
yeah.
To kind of piggyback off of that, the song is obviously Gushy, which is the biggest song out right now. Spotify making moves and everything like that. So obviously there's a little bit of a Pharrell influence.
Yeah.
And probably even maybe a little bit of Frank Ocean.
I called him a Neptune head just a minute ago.
A Neptune
Bro,
head.
100%. Like, Frank Ocean is my top 5. Pharrell, he's not in my top 5, but, like, I like the way he approaches records. Like, when I was growing up and shit, I used to, like, watch YouTube and try to figure out how to produce like him. And I would watch his videos over and over again. So, like, definitely influenced, but not top 5.
Okay.
So that just led into my question. I'm excited now because he fed it to me. You got one day, you got to make a track. Pharrell's available, Frank's available. Where you going?
Frank, bro.
No hesitation.
Yeah, like, and like, well.
No, don't think about it. No, the second thing.
Give me some details about this record. Like, what kind of record?
No, you gotta make one to go number one. It gotta blow.
In that case, I would have to switch.
Okay.
I feel like the substance is gonna go with Frank, but if I want to go number one, I want a happy record.
Yeah,
It's Pharrell, all definitely,
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
In reading a little bit and trying to do a little bit of research, I learned that when you were younger, you used to move around a lot.
Yes.
So, like, how does that impact you in life, and then how did that impact you in your music?
I hated it when I was growing up. My dad was in, well, first off, they were military. So, like, I went to 7 different high schools, which was fucking crazy. Because in radio, if you're in sales, it's high turnover. So my dad would go to a new market, he would get laid off. Or he couldn't meet the sales. So Atlanta, Alabama. So I hated that shit, but, like, once I turned 18, I was like, how could I use this to my advantage? So what I didn't realize was that whole time I was getting different influences from around the country. Like, I could rap like I'm from Atlanta. I could also, like, do the Midwest thing. I kind of like the Cali boy shit too. So I don't know. It benefited because I feel like I can walk in any room and be like, fuck it,
Yeah. Okay. All those cities that you remember being in as a kid and maybe visiting back now, what city would you say is your favorite that if you weren't in Columbus now, you can pick up, dip off, and go somewhere else? Where you going?
Jersey. I grew up in Patterson.
Okay.
Crazy story
East Coast.
about Patterson, man. I went to this high school called Patterson Catholic, and I walked in one day. This is my first day, and they looked at this dude and they were like, "He's about to go to the NFL." I didn't really care. I was in 10th grade, but it turned out to be Victor Cruz, which was like literally
breeds athletes.
it was just so random.
everything.
And I remember like seeing him. He like gave me the head nod, and I just like 2 months later I was going to a different school, and then I saw him in an NFL game one day. You know, on TV, obviously.
Oh shit, that's Victor.
Yeah, I was like, but it said Patterson Catholic, and I'm like, yo, that's the dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that all made sense at that point. So,
That's wild.
yeah, it's crazy.
So, as we were kind of doing the work on you, kind of going through your pages and stuff like that, you got a lot of different kind of angles that you go about with your music.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of describe your genre to me. How do you describe your genre? I know you
Bro.
R&B, hip hop. How do you describe it?
I've been trying to figure that out my entire career. So the people that I'm around, my musical influences, like people in the city, they say I'm hybrid. So that's kind of like singing, rapping. Here's the thing. I just want to be a musician. I don't necessarily want to be typecasted into a...
Don't want to box yourself in.
Yeah, like, just imagine if somebody was like, oh, they do a hip-hop podcast. It's like, no, we a podcast, bro. You know, so, like, I think that's kind of how I like to approach it. Because, you know, on this record, I sound like Pharrell, but on my next one, I may be trying to rap like T.I. or somebody from the South. So,
You don't want to pigeonhole yourself.
exactly, yep.
I feel like a lot of times with music, it reflects the artist's reality, right? Tell me a little bit about like what story you trying to tell with your music when you're creating. What message are you trying to deliver?
My usual message is like romantic. If you listen to a lot of my songs, it's usually about some female or some girl that I'm trying to chase or. Yeah, exactly. Literally, like when Drake came out with his album title, I was like, "Bruh, that would have actually been dope for me." But I think women and romanticism is like huge in my music. But lately, it's been kind of about being more free than like the world wants us to be. So, for example, I put out this record. I did a draft to it, Gushy. I put out this record, sent it to about 10 people. That night, nobody responded. Nobody even responded the next day. So I was like, fuck, like, at that point, you like, that's not a good song. You know what I mean? Like, that's...
I get that email.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, well, if I'm going to stand behind this, then I need to have the content to match.
Word.
So this is the first record that I actually went through, created my own content, said I want bright colors in the wintertime, pastel, but not too bright, and it's going to work. Did it, and it worked, you know what I'm saying? And Spotify picked it up today, so. And I got that news this morning.
Wow,
So,
that's
yeah.
what's up.
Thank you, man.
Congrats,
Appreciate it.
yo.
Yep,
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
yep.
All right, so your studio session, you book a session, let's say from 10 to 12. What's 5 things you need for that studio session? Like, what's your pregame?
A cigar. It's kind of weird because I'm not even that old, but I do smoke cigars. Cigar, I usually have Essentia water. That's the brand that I like. Swedish Fish. It's my favorite candy. Does it have to be food or just anything?
Whatever you need, man.
It's crazy because I kind of like my phone with me because sometimes I won't pay attention, but as I'm scrolling, I'll be picking up content like, oh, like that's hot right now. Like I wrote this song called "Hold On Wait," and everybody there was this like meme that was going around. It was like, I'm trying to see something. Like, you know, you post that like, so I put the hook, "Hold on, wait, I'm trying to see some." Like, so I'll use like certain like pop culture references just to be able to catch people in my music.
That's neat, that's neat.
But that's 4, so I don't have a
It's all good, man. 4 is good enough because I'm thinking for myself, I can't think of 5.
So you also recently did the I Spy Challenge.
Yes.
Where you featured like a whole bunch of just like local businesses and things like that.
Yeah.
You even gave away $1,200?
1201.
Yeah. So like what was the motivation behind that?
So I think during COVID for musicians, it's tough, man. I went from doing probably 20 shows last year to not doing a single one this year. My album dropped in January 6th. So I didn't even ever get to perform my last album. So that was like heartbreaking. And we were just like, what can we do that's not selfish? Like, oh, I'm trying to put out a record, listen to it during this pandemic. You know what I'm saying? That, like, we wanted to be able to benefit. Sometimes when you give more than you're receiving, like, your life is just plentiful, man. Like, so it's gonna come back. So we were like, yo, the businesses are suffering, artists are suffering, creatives. So we were like, yo, let's do a stimulus check. They gave us $1,200. We're gonna put $1,201 to, you know, whoever wants to do it. And my manager Jared, which I just signed with, batch 1453, my bad. He came up with the idea, and I was like, yo, let's do it. So we took 2 records that I had already done, and we found some videographers that were willing to do it for free. And businesses each gave us $100, and we gave away $1,200 if you could just guess the brands in the music video. And she was actually, bro, the easiest $1,200. Like,
Damn, where was I?
yeah.
Right. Where was your intent? Is that?
Yeah. Well, but you know, so numbers wise, it didn't go like we thought it would. But I don't know if we feel like it kind of set the foundation for what we want to build, like going forward. So,
What's next?
bro. So if y'all like Gushy, I got another record, but I'm not even talking about that right now because Gushy's probably about to go, low key. And we're gonna push it for like another month or two and just see what happens. Maybe shoot a music video. I got some cool ideas for branding it right now. Like, so the Gushy, like, I'll kind of give you guys some background about how I came up with that song. So I remember when I was a kid, my dad. The Jay-Z song came on the radio, and my dad was like singing it, but he heard me singing it too. So he turned it down, and he was like, "What's that mean?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he was like, "Sing it." So I started singing, "Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff." I had no idea what that meant, but I think we all know now what it is.
As adults.
So, like I said, I heard the record, and I was like, "All right, well, let me put these lyrics with this," because I kind of wanted to give people that nostalgic feel, and like if you're older, you're gonna know where it came from. If you are younger, you're gonna be like, that's dope, and you may want to research it. So, Gushy is all about being like eccentric when things are like monochromatic around you. So if you pay attention to how I did the design and how I made everything look, it pops, but it's like still in season. I'm currently trying to work on some merch and clothing for it too. So,
listen, man, if that song, the original, numbers start going up, they gotta cut you a check, dog.
Bro,
They gotta
so
put you in the splits.
yes, so you know how like they do the mom, daughter, son, father thing with the songs, like they'll play like the old version and so we're thinking about doing something with that with
That'd be
TikTok.
fly.
So
That'd definitely be fly.
because like the dads are gonna know what that is, but the son's gonna be like, have you ever heard this shit?
Yeah.
So
Get a hold of TikTok, that'll go.
yep, yes, yep. So definitely just trying to work these records, bro. It's work every day. Like I get off of the 9 to 5, I come do shit like this, be creative, write songs, balance life, friends, family. What it's about.
So you told me Frank was in your top 5 earlier. Give me your whole top 5.
Okay. Chance the Rapper, and y'all gonna probably say that all these people I sound like Chance, Frank, J. Cole. So lately it's been switching because there's this new guy that came in. His name's Boogie. You guys know Boogie, Westside Boogie.
Nope.
Fire, bro.
Yeah,
Like he's kind of poetic.
Underrated.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give him number 4, and these are in no order. I say number 5, Jay-Z,
Okay.
just because I grew up on him.
Oh, of course.
But it's a working list. Like it's floating, bro. Like somebody may drop to 7, and
We talking acid rap Chance or coloring book Chance?
hell no, bro. Acid rap
Okay,
all
all
day.
right.
I was about to say, like,
What's
nah,
good,
you
good,
can't do that.
and what's good, evil, and what's good, gangster, and what's good, people, and why guy phone die every time that I call him. You know that
That's
shit,
his,
bro.
yeah, that's his lane.
Cocoa Butter Kisses chance.
Exactly, bro. Like 2013. Chance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The last time Chance was an actual human being.
Yep.
Not this happy married.
Bro, why are they
I love
roasting
my
him on
wife.
Twitter like that, bro?
Oh, the thing about the music industry now, people don't want to see you happy. People don't want to see you happily married or like out of depression.
Niggas
That's
legit
true.
like blaming his happy marriage.
Yeah, like-
but like, I mean, if that's the only thing you rap about now, you know what I'm saying?
Like y'all know Uncle Trey, like when he started making more uplifting music, like a few of the
Like,
homies
he
like,
was on
his
man,
back.
he's like, you better when you sad. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, what do you mean? Like, don't say that.
Bryson Tiller.
Bryson Tiller, perfect example. He
Bro.
got married
Tiller.
and nobody trying to hear him.
Yeah, people say, I like my last management team, one of the guys, he was making a joke. He was like, the relationship that you're in, I hope you get your heart broke so you can put on a
Man.
fire album. I was like, yo, damn. Like,
jacked up.
yeah. What are y'all, what's next for y'all? Like, I know I've been watching it on IG, but like, tell me a little bit about it or.
Listen, man, I'm gonna give us level 7 right now. I'm trying to take us from 7 to in the high hundreds. Like, we're working with people in the city. We're keeping with the consistency, but we're trying to take this shit to a next level, like next level, and just
And with the video too.
yeah, with the videos being out there more. Like, yeah, I've seen it, the live podcasts, stuff like that. We're trying to touch the people more, on my perspective.
Yeah,
I
no,
feel-
that's dope. And I like that too because like right now, 2020, people aren't really doing a lot of in-person stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So once I found out it was in person and it was being shot, I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just so like important to just be seen. Like you can drop the audio, MP3, but seeing it just paints a whole nother picture. And that's really what I want us to keep doing. Just be seen. Like you're gonna hear about it, but you're gonna see us too, and see the people we bring here.
And just keep linking with people, man. I think we're really big on networking. We want to keep throwing these tethers out because, you know, just like you were saying with the stimulus check, you keep throwing that energy out. Eventually, it comes back to you.
oh, y'all gonna have so much good come to you. Like,
for sure.
if you doing it because you're passionate and you love it,
Yeah.
it comes,
It is.
Yeah.
literally.
I do got one question I gotta ask you. Usually
Okay.
when we do these interviews, I deep dive on the Twitter and the Instagram and everything.
Oh, shit.
You tweeted once, we really used to drink 3 olives. Who is
Me.
we? Who is we? Who is we?
Yo, so when I was in college, bro, like we was broke, man.
Yeah.
But 3 olives, and I used to hang out with a lot of white girls too.
Yeah.
Like,
All right,
so like that was the vibe back then. Like
Yeah.
I remember just getting drunk and being like, "Yo, what's up?" Like the 3 olives, we had 2 or 3 bottles
If you
of
drunk
it too.
$3, you had to drink Pinnacle.
We did.
Yeah.
Bro, gas station vodka type shit.
Yeah.
But I did kill a gallon of Rossi before in college, so like
I
that's
still drink
you know
Rossi
what I
now though. Rossi's a classic.
mean? You're a degenerate.
Yeah, we just talking about
You
that.
drink Rossi for fun?
You gotta be humble.
You
fam,
are a
remember
grown
where you
ass
came
man with
from.
a job.
Bro, I
Get a
seen
bottle of
Hypnotic
wine.
the other day.
Don't drink
I
Rossi.
was at the gas station. Kroger was closed.
All right.
It was the most convenient thing. And it just-
Sipping on the Rossi.
I started singing as I
Shit
picked
came
it up.
out when we was in
That's what I'm
school.
saying.
Yeah,
I
we
was like,
was.
wait, June.
That was going, bro. That
Yeah.
summer though, I was in college. That shit.
Chillin' with my posse.
ain't gotta dance.
Because over, but we leaving his sloppy.
That's what we doing? That's what we doing?
We'll go buy some Rossi.
Bro, that
No, you're
shit
not.
We'll
went
go buy a
though.
gallon of Rossi.
Bro, I was gonna say if y'all had some Rossi, I'll come through. Or y'all should do like in studio sometimes too.
Facts.
Like a
to
little
make that happen.
10 audience people, you know,
Hell yeah, that might be the thing next.
Yeah.
because y'all got the space now.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
For sure.
Heck yeah, man.
He said we could come back, so don't be acting funny when
Right.
we show up and knocking at the door.
We just gonna play this
Y'all
clip.
know us now.
He said we was good.
Yeah, he said
You
we
heard
was
him.
good.
Thanks for watching another Back of the Bus Squad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Want to check out another episode related to this? Go ahead and click that video to the left.
And if you want to catch up on some of our other episodes, make sure you click the playlist below.